Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 13 of our Islanders GM mode. So, in last episode, we pretty much simmed the entire season. We're up here at February 1st, so a month away from the trade deadline, and our record currently sits at 22-22-5. We're just a bit out of the playoff picture. It looks like Carolina might have that last spot. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't actually checked. Leading us in points is John Tavares, as usual. But Michael Dalcoli, actually, in his rookie season, has been playing very, very well. So that's nice. So let's go to Eastern Conference. How far are we out of the playoffs? So we're on 11th currently. The last playoff spot is Carolina, is Buffalo, and they have 53 points. So we still have a chance to make the playoffs in this. So what's going to happen in this episode is we're going to sim up to the trade deadline. I might make a few trades. There's some kind of options I was looking at, but well, not in the game, but I was thinking in my head what I could do, so I'll look at those come the deadline. So let's just sim another month. I wonder if there's going to be any big transactions here on the trade deadline. So let's go up to the 28th first, just so we don't over sim the trade deadline. So we have quite a few home games, it looks like, this month. Pretty much all home games, actually, so looks like the end of the season might not be. So Victor Bartley on waivers, no thank you. Scott Mayfield on the HL is back, okay. So yeah, also our HL team has now Marchessault and stuff like that, if you guys didn't know that. But yeah, so those guys are down there. Who is back from injury? Oh yeah, it was Scott Mayfield. So oh yeah, and I also realized something, that Adam Pelech was complaining about his ice time a lot, as you guys could see here. So what I'm going to do, he's listed as a minor top 2 defenseman, so I'm going to put Kolyakovo down a bit more. Hopefully Kolyakovo doesn't complain about his ice time, but yeah, we'll move Adam Pelech up because he's still younger, and he probably will be a 7th D-man for our team next year. So there's a loss to the Rangers, 6-3, and Ryan Strom's back from injury, so that's good news for sure. That means we could Brock Nelson. No, we don't want to replace him with Brock Nelson. So Alex Chiasson was the injury replacement because Frolik was already in the lineup. So Strome, you're going up to the first line like normal. Carlson, 3rd line, and Frolik, 4th line. Sorry, my throat's a bit stiff still because of doing a lot of commentaries, not used to it, but so yeah, that's good. Everything else should be fine. Yep, okay. So yeah, let's just continue in this month. Hopefully we have a good month, because that will help us get a chance at the playoffs. And Josh Hosang, one of our youngsters, he's back also from injury, which is good news. But that also means that Michael Frolik is going to be scratched now, so hopefully he doesn't complain too much. But yeah, so Josh Hosang in the lineup. We also have Matthew Barzal actually in the lineup. I forgot to tell you guys that. And Michael Dalcoli is up to an 85 in his second line forward. So I don't know if we want to switch the two of these guys around. It seems like Alad's playing fine on the first line, but Michael Dalcoli's been playing a lot better than him. So I'm going to actually just test it out. So then we have 2 playmakers and a sniper, I think. Yeah, 2 playmakers and a sniper. And then this line's a power forward, playmaker, and another power forward. I don't know if actually I like that, 2 power forwards on the same line. So yeah, let's just even it out and keep it the same for now. But yeah, maybe next season we get rid of Ladd, or at this trade deadline, because I was thinking of trading him to like a team in the West, obviously, for another left winger. So apparently John Tavares is happy for being captain, but he's always been captain, so I don't know. I think it's maybe, did I go best lines at all before? I don't think so. But anyways, we win in the shootout against Montreal, and we lose to Arizona, so that's not good. Game against Montreal again. I guess it's more important against divisional teams and Eastern Conference teams. There's another win against Montreal, 2-0. Adam Pelech's been injured with a broken nose in the AHL, so we'll just replace him. But he'll be back pretty soon. Lost to Pittsburgh, that's a bad loss. Game against Buffalo, that's a huge win, because Buffalo's that team that has that last playoff spot, I'm pretty sure, unless they've dropped since. Adam Pelech is back. for the AHL club, so I'll put him back to the first line. Kind of funny how we move him up and then he gets injured right away. So yeah, first line defensive pairing. So yeah, I think we need to draft more young defensemen because we don't have really a good defensive prospect pool. Obviously, we have our good offensive players who are already in the lineup, but we might need some more young defensemen eventually. Like, it's definitely not as good as like people like Carolina. So let's scout the QMJHL for forwards for a month. Okay, game against Winnipeg, shootout loss as well. So we're 25, 26, and 6, closing in at the end of February. So we still have like quite a while till the end of the season, like 2 months or a little less than that. So hopefully we step it up near the end. There's 2 straight wins actually, 3-0 win over the Flyers and 6-2 win over the Penguins. 3-2 loss to Tampa. And we're up here in the game against St. Louis here at the trade deadline, who's been actually playing very, very well. They're 38, 15, and 7, so we'll put it on the trade deadline. And we lose 6-3, which is respectable because they're a really good team. So we're 9 points back still of the last playoff spot, which is Carolina. So chances are getting slimmer. So we need to probably make a move or 2 at this deadline. There was a trade that I was looking at. But yeah, so first we're going to just look and see if there's been any transactions in the entire league before the deadline. There possibly could have. So player picks and trading. So yeah, there's been a few trades. So Matt Murray actually got traded to the Vancouver Canucks. So Vancouver's getting a very good young goalie actually. So that's good for them because Ryan Miller's probably long retired and stuff like that. So they have a good number 1 goalie now. Alexander Edler though gets shipped the other way, so they get rid of one of their best defensemen, and Chris Van de Velde to the Penguins. So Pittsburgh picking up a nice defenseman and kind of like a bottom 6 AHL type of guy. Also, the Boston Bruins acquired Timo Pulkkinen from Detroit in exchange for Alexander Kovalchev. So basically, they just swiped the center prospect for a right wing prospect. So that's that. Obviously, there's not going to be any signings because nothing after December 1st, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so that's that. Yeah, so let's go into the trade deadline and see what's available on the trading block. It's probably changed a bit since we looked at it at the end of the last video. Hopefully there's something really interesting like the left winger that we could get trade Ladd for. But it looks like most of it currently is staying the same. Chair is too old. Miralles, Stajan and Giordano, no thank you. A lot of these older guys though still have a lot of years on their contracts, so they might not be the best to trade for. Like Hemsky actually has 1 year left, but he's an 81 in a right winger, which we don't need. Nyquist is 29. He only has 1 year left. Right wing sniper, that'd be nice, but I don't see how we could bring him in. But yeah, so that's that. Yurko is also in there, but he's probably gonna stop growing soon. Antilla still way too young. That would be nice though if he was a better player at the time. Joe Vitale, Juvinen, Kalinin, some picks. Yeah, most of it looks like it changed or stayed the same, except for obviously Matt Murray's gone to Vancouver. Tyler Bozak, no, he's gonna retire soon. Valtteri Filppula, who's also too old. Emerson Edom, that's not actually that bad. A left wing power forward is 84, but I don't know if we really need Emerson Edom. So yeah, that's those trade block. Nothing really interesting, but there's one team that I was thinking of trading Andrew Ladd to, and that was the St. Louis Blues, but they're playing really well, so it might be unrealistic again. But they still have Jaden Shorts actually, but Jaden Shorts, holy crap, I didn't realize he was that good. So he's got a huge, look at this trade value. I didn't realize it was that huge in this game. See, like Ladd would not even become close to this. Like we'd have to give up Ladd in the first just to get someone like Jaden Shorts, who's how old? Let's see, 26, and he's a high elite left wing sniper. Like he'd be nice to bring in, but Yeah, so I guess not him. Let's just look at left wingers available on every single team. And let's start off by going to the Anaheim Ducks. Just because I think I want to trade Ladd at this deadline, but I don't know for who. Let's sort by overall. So Cardilli's 85 and Nick Ritchie 84. Nick Ritchie's not that bad, but he's a low elite third line scorer. He looks more like a third line player. So Arizona, they have Max Domi and Tobias Reeder. Nothing huge as usual. Boston, Matt Bolesky, they have a really weak left wing actually. Buffalo, let's see, Evander Kane, that's not too bad, but Evander Kane usually, he just is not really a good team player. Carolina, again, has Jeff Skinner, and Teravainen's up there too, but I don't know if they'd give up Teravainen. Like, he's an 86, and he's making 5.73 for 4 years. That's not too bad. That's, like, pretty much the exact same contract as Ladd, so, like, see if we were going to trade Ladd straight up for him, we'd have to add probably something else because that looks like it would go through on its own. But we're actually paying more money for less years to a younger player, so I don't know if I like that. Because he's probably gonna want a bigger contract come that time. So, Phil Di Giuseppe is actually an 85 and a third line scoring forward, so that's not too bad. But I don't know if we'd be able to use him. There's Aho we could bring in. He's a medium top 6, so really low trade value, and he's an 84 21-year-old. And he's only making 1.6 for 1 more year, so he's going to want a big contract upgrade, so I think we should not trade for him, but they have some good left wingers in Carolina. Columbus Blue Jackets, they have Saad and Jenner. Let's see, Jenner, he's 25, second line forward, two-way guy. He wouldn't be that bad, but I don't know if Columbus would want to give these guys up. And then Brandon Saad is also up here. Sonny Milano, that's nice because he's younger. And Paul Bintner hasn't really grown that much, but yeah, they don't really have a good left wing presence other than those first two. Calgary, let's see. Calgary has Goudreau, and then pretty much everybody else drops off. Matthew Tkachuk is 83 and 21 years of age. Like, we might be able to bring in a young player like Matthew Tkachuk. He's still on a minor league deal for 2 more years, but I don't know if they would want to part with him. Like, if we went for Matthew Tkachuk, we'd probably have to, we'd have to give up Ladd, obviously. It looks like it could go through, but I don't know if it's realistic at all. It'd be nice because we pay a minor league deal for 2 more years, and we'd pay his contract instead of paying 5.5 for whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna offer this deal just see if it goes through because our Tkachuk will start growing probably soon. So let's just see. And yeah, they don't want Sweden the value just a touch, so they would want something just a bit smaller to add to this to get Matthew Tkachuk, which is a pretty good deal considering you're getting this left wing power forward just like Andrew Ladd is. And this guy's got better potential, obviously. So yeah, I think we could actually trade for Matthew Tkachuk, but I don't know if it's realistic at all. But we'll add something small into this. So they want a first round pick, but we're definitely not giving away our first round pick, considering we might not make the playoffs. Is there any small skaters that they're interested in? Mark Fane, they're interested in this Hamulek guy. We haven't actually even signed him. When did we draft him? 7th round. He's not going to be that much for us, so we'll add him into the deal. And yeah, that might go through. Yep, that'll go through nice. So there's a little bit of a trade for you guys. Not realistic really, but Andrew Ladd had to go because we had to get rid of that big contract. He was playing good on the team, obviously, but Michael Dalcoli's going to take over his line as first line center, or first line left wing. Shane Principle will keep still on the third line, and Matthew Tkachuk will put on the second line already just to help him grow. I think he's not got that much points, but putting him with Lindholm, so now we got like, wait, actually we have 2 power forwards on that line. Yeah, we could actually, no, I don't want to put Matthew Tkachuk on the first line, but yeah, so, yeah, now we have 2 power forwards and like last time pretty much, except for we have a younger one in Matthew Tkachuk, so that's a nice pick up there. Calgary's in a bit of a rebuild as well, so, and we're hopeful, so I think that's good for, yeah, that should be good for trades. I don't know if we need anybody else. I don't think so, unless we want to ship out Halak, but I don't think anybody's going to want his deal. So, yeah, that's all we're going to do, just that one trade, Lad for Tkachuk, Lad and whatever prospect that guy was for Tkachuk. So, that should be good. Let's just simulate past the deadline, see if there's been any other transactions around the league, and then we will sim the rest of the season. Hopefully Matthew Tkachuk helps our team out. I don't know if he will, but at least we have good prospect guys for this future years for sure. So let's check active feed, player picks and trading. So no, there wasn't. So there was only our trade, Ladin Hamulik for Tkachuk. So I'm surprised Calgary wanted to even part with him, or were they allowed to part with him? So yeah, let's actually just slow sim our first game with Matthew Tkachuk and just see if he gets any points in his first game with the club. So Gauthier and Komarov, yeah, it looks like the Leafs are, yeah, the Leafs just kill us pretty much 5-0. Not a good game at all. Antoine Bibeau was in it too, so it's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, let's simulate up to the end of this week just so we can see if we're playing good enough to make the playoffs. I don't know if we're gonna make the playoffs this year. But yeah, so I'm gonna do another 2 pre-recorded episodes, guys, also after this. Reason being is I'm working a lot in this entire week, so this video is gonna be the only one that's posted on the day I record it. So yeah, I actually came up with like a bit of a schedule. And the schedule is that it looks like I'll be able to have a episode, an episode like of GM mode every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday. And then we're probably gonna have an episode of Be a Pro every Monday and Friday. So yeah, those two series, and then also if I have like pack openings and stuff like that, I'll have those uploaded on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or on weekends, like days that I don't have videos normally. So yeah, look for videos on those days. I don't know if I'll be able to keep that going. It depends on my work schedule, but it constantly changes actually. So we'll see how that works so far for November. But yeah, Michael Frolik is not liking his ice time at all, guys. Like, he's pissed off, but like I'm gonna put him in the lineup here, but still, like, he's really pissed off. He's probably gonna ask for trade out of here eventually, but like, look at that. I didn't realize he was losing that much morale. It's down to a 79 as well, but yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of Frolik eventually. I could have got rid of him at the trade deadline. I just remember that, but whatever. But yeah, so yeah, that could be a future schedule for us, guys. It's just Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, new episodes, GM mode. Just because I found out that what is it? YouTube has like an a scheduled upload thing, so you could like upload your videos already, but they won't be listed as public until that day that they're released. So yeah, that's gonna be nice though. So like, I'll use that feature a lot when I'm working. Hopefully it works out good. So yeah. But anyways, back onto our GM mode. We've won 2 games 2-0, and it looks like in the last 4 games, which is not bad, but we've also lost 2 games. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna be making the playoffs this year, it looks like, but we definitely have a very good prospect pool. We just added to it with Matthew Tkachuk, so we have good offensive prospects and hopefully some good defensive prospects at this year's draft, if we have a good pick this year. And then yeah, maybe we could also find a future goalie, even though Soderstrom's probably gonna be our one of our goalies next year. So yeah, it doesn't look like we're playing good at all. Yeah, I don't think we're making the playoffs this year, boys. We're 30, or 31, 34, and 8, and it's pretty late in the season now. There's another win, but I don't think we're gonna be making the playoffs. It looks like Nick Spalling's been injured in the AHL, so we'll just replace him. But our AHL team is definitely gonna be making the playoffs, so I think we might just after this part simulate up to the draft and see how far they get, because like this episode is getting a little bit later, or we might do that in the next episode. Yeah, we'll probably just do it in the next episode. But yeah, let's go all the way up to the 10th. So it looks like we're not making the playoffs, as we're just around 500, 33, 34, and 9. There's another win, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to help us get into the playoffs. But at least the AHL team's gonna make it, looks like. So, which means Anthony Beauvillier is gonna get some chances to impress us, and then like our other guys, like our prospect guys like Kobelisk and stuff like that, they're gonna get to play in the playoffs. I don't know if I think they did play last year, but see, Beauvillier is also one of our nice prospects. He might be able to get onto the team next year, and then yeah, the rest is so Babenko's up to a 74. That's not too bad, and Kobelisk, who we drafted in the 7th round, he's up to a 71, which is pretty good. Oh shit, I just realized, guys, Tarasov isn't even in the lineup. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. So that means Tarasov's not been playing the entire season, pretty much. Scratch Burrows. Let's just see. Tarasov, has he not even grown at all then? That might have been a big mistake. He's up to 73, actually, so not too bad, and he's not complaining. So, yeah, we'll just get Tarasov in there, because he's one of our prospect defensemen. But yeah, so he looks like he's still growing, which is good, even though he was scratched. So, game against Carolina again, which is another team that we're chasing, and there's another win. At least we're playing good near the end of the season, but still we should have been playing good all along. So Kobelisk has been injured with a concussion, so looks like he might not actually get to play in the playoffs, but whatever. Last few games, there's another win over Washington, a loss to Buffalo, and a loss to Detroit. So yeah, I don't think we made the playoffs this year. Definitely not, probably. We finished 36, 37, and 9, so a very horrible record. Our AHL team, though, definitely is making the playoffs, so that's going to be good, I guess, for our prospects. But yeah, we did not do very good at all. So let's just look at our player stats for the season. Even though we didn't make the playoffs, I think next year we definitely will. So John Tavares with 79 points in 82 games. Ryan Strome, 64. Michael Dalcoli in his rookie season putting up 62 points. So I think Michael Dalcoli might have won the Rookie of the Year with that performance. Elias Lindholm, 48. To Brock Nelson, 43. Shane Prince, 37. Malcolm Carlson, 32. But it looks like a pretty even spread throughout the entire team. Ho-Sang had 23 points into Chuck. Actually, looks like he put up a lot of points coming over to our team. He played every single game this season, even one extra game. I think when he came here, he had only 4 goals, 9 assists, if I could be right. I don't know exactly, but I'll have to look back in the later part of the video, or earlier part of the video. But it looks like he played very well with us, but he was still a -20, probably with Calgary. I don't think it was with us. And yeah, so that's the rest of it. It's Frolik's still dropping because of his ice time. But yeah, that's what happens. We could probably trade him during the off season for like a pick if we want to. And Yaroslav Halak, probably in his last year with the Islanders, not very good performance. And Kemper had a good save percentage, but not a good goals against average. And his win-loss was not very good. Let's check actually around the entire league for points now too. So we could check and see if our rookie Michael Dalcoli won the Rookie of the Year, probably. Unless there was a good rookie goalie, but who knows. So Sagan and Malkin leading the league with 87 points, and then Ben had 83. Thornton 82, Kane 81, Couture 81, Taze 81. Yeah, so no point towards for our team, it looks like. Let's start by goals. So yeah, Sagan and Tarasenko and Stamkos, those type of guys. Kane and Malkin as well led in goals. with 36, 35 goals. Let's just check rookie skaters now. And is this already sorted by points? So yeah, it looks like, yeah, Michael Dalcoli will probably win the Rookie of the Year award. He's got 62 points in 82 games. Followed by William Nylander, who had 56 points, and he's an 89. But he did not get the Rookie of the Year. And Christian Dvorak, right, yeah, that's his name, okay. And Timo Meyer. Jason Hayes, that must be like, yeah, that's, I don't know if that's even a real player. And then all these other guys. So that's that. Timothy Liljegren actually also played this entire season. 27 points for him, but not that good. Let's just check the best goalie, I guess. And then, yeah, then we'll end this episode pretty much. So, looks like Vasilevsky had a huge season this year. Yeah, I think Vasilevsky had the best season. Like, look at this. 2.10 goals against average. 43, 17, and 3 with a 928 save percentage. So, yeah, it's a very good season for Vasilevsky. 11 shutouts as well. So, yeah, I don't think we need to check the rest of that. He's up to a 90 overall. So, that's that. And yeah, I guess that's going to do it, guys, for this episode. So, in the next episode, which will be a pre-recorded episode, you guys will see the awards. You'll see the NHL draft. And, yeah, that's probably it. And then maybe the re-sign stage. And then I'll do the free agency probably in one video and the start of the next season. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how it works out. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.